The head of Civil Service of the Federation, Dr. Folashade Yemieson, has said the federal government is set to harmonize salaries of civil servants, workers in ministries, departments and agencies. The Finance Minister, Zainab Ahmed, had in May revealed that some government agencies pay higher than others for workers on same grade level, hence the need for a review to ensure pay parity. Is this feasible? What would be the likely implication when salary harmonization is done? We watch a viewpoint on ITV. I am Blessing A.H.
Talk of harmonization in financial remuneration. In economics and labor law, monetary system, a laborer is worthy of his hire. When prices come up, they hardly go down. Therefore, it will be mala fide and be bad faith for somebody who was on 100,000 naira a month to now get 90,000 because of harmonization, simply because those who were on 50 are being brought to 90,000. Harmonization is in good faith. It takes care of equity and good conscience. It takes care of the proportionate expenses vis-a-vis the cost of living, because cost of living is always rising. There is inflation of commodities. Therefore, wages too should be inflated. And when you harmonize, you look for a sort of equilibrium. It does not mean that he who was on 200,000 naira a month should come down. You only look for ways to augment and equalize the lower stratum of the workers. So whereas harmonization is in good faith, it should be done bona fide in good faith. It should take care of trying to sanitize the economic system, whereby a worker salary can take him home. It should not in any way jeopardize what somebody was getting before, and he will now suffer pay cuts. It will be mala fide. It is even actionable, because if the person was used to taking 3 meals a day, he cannot say because of harmonization, reduction in salary, he will not be eating twice a day. If he was paying such and such for bus fare, he cannot tell the driver that his salary has been reduced, therefore different fare should be taken from him. So harmonization is for the benefits of the majority of the people. It should be made to equalize or be equivalent to the normal level of existence. It should not obliterate the status quo ante. The existing salary should remain. It should be augmented and elevated so that the middle class, the downtrodden, the hoi polloi will now enjoy the fruits and dividends of democracy. Harmonization should be equally effective to be universal. It is unfair if some people working in one company, one government, whether federal or so, they receive more than the state government. Whether state government, local government, federal government, international organization, your qualification should determine what you will earn. Your experience should determine what you earn. So it should be universal.
First and foremost, we need to realize that there are different kind of workers in the ministry, department and agencies, as the case may be. They have different qualifications, they have different level of experience. So talking about harmonizing their salary, well, if the government feel it will cost, but I don't feel it is necessary. Why? Because some of them, based on their profession, let's take for example a medical doctor, because he's in the ministry, you should consider his level of experience and his profession before you put him on an harmonized salary scale, except if they want to group everybody, like, oh, you have doctors in one scale, you have nurses in one scale. But on the other part, if they want to do it, harmonize it, they should also harmonize it in a way that it will benefit the workers, not to even reduce their salary, rather increase, because the economy as it is not friendly. So for me, if they want to do it, they should do it holistically, get the workers involved, not just something that one person will sit down somewhere and take the decisions.
Any system without an order will destroy itself. And so if the salaries that are paid out to staff or workers in Nigeria is not harmonized, then the system will continue to witness very high energy presented in the parent system, like in strikes and whatever. So I expect that a country should have a system. In those days when I was coming out of school, if you read a 4 years course, you go on, you get employed at level 8. The next year you'll be promoted to level 8 step 1. If you read a 5 years course, you come out and get employed in the same system, you earn level 8 step 1. So you are not cheated by that process, say that you spent 5 years in university while the other one spent 4 years. Salaries must be harmonized. You in a university, for instance, you have two professors, for instance, in the same teaching the same student in the same office and all that. One is 2 times salary more than the other. Is it right? Morally, that is what I have always argued anywhere. It is not right. The government must get it right. They must. If you are harmonizing salary and some persons are going to earn less or more, the issue is that everybody understands what you are doing. Honesty and sincerity is the baseline.
It's rather too unfortunate that we operate an economy where we do not allow the forces of demand and supply to regulate prices. If we are to amortize, there are so many things that are involved in it. First of all, we need to consider the qualification of those persons being employed, their grade level, the nature of work that they do, the experience required, the hazards involved in the course of discharge of their duties. So you are going to separate the salaries that they are going to be receiving from the allowances. For example, hazard allowance and a few others. Then there's no problem at all. But I believe that what government needs to do is to ensure that the forces of demand and supply goes ahead to fix prices for all sectors of the Nigerian economy. So I strongly believe that if this process goes on, definitely some persons are going to suffer and others might benefit, but the benefit might not be that significant enough for us to say that the policy of government is quite, it's laudable. However, if we want to appreciate the fact that government is sincere to harmonize also the salaries of our politicians, starting from the governor, that assembly member, and now streamline them, fine, okay, we are paying MDAs, workers in the MDAs who work for about 8 hours, and we have our senators or governors who work for a certain number of hours. Then in that case now, nobody will go ahead to compliment the case whereby we now decide to say, okay, fine, we are going to harmonize, their salary in such a way that all of us will be at par. Where you still leave some people that I might call the golden eggs to going to enjoy their salaries at that high level is not fair at all. The government should consider that let us start the harmonization from across all board, but they should note the hazards involved in the various occupations is very critical.
The planned harmonization of salaries of the federal government's ministries, departments, and agencies has been lauded, as it is believed that it will create fairness and equity. There are fears, however, that it may result to pay cut for some workers. I'm Blessing Eichi.